So they fired Jeff Stoutland from being a run game coordinator after winning a Super Bowl and having the greatest running attack of all time. And they fired him six games into the 25 season. Who made that call? So you fired Stoutland. Here, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. So last year, after the Super Bowl, right? And I'm just going to go on the offensive side. You hired Kevin Patullo, replaced him because Kellen Moore leaves for the Saints, right? Zero play calling, right? 6 games in, reportedly, Jeff McClain, all these guys are saying, Les Bowman, all them guys are saying roughly around week 6, Stoutland got demoted. So Kevin Patullo gets hired, no game experience. You demote Jeff Stoutland after game 6. Then you fire Kevin Patullo at the end of the year and you hire a guy who's been the coach in Green Bay for only 24 months, and the Eagles name him your new OC. That's what you've done in your hiring on offense in the last year? I mean, is that not what's happened? Like I said, I don't even have an opinion on it. I'm just telling you, is that what they've done? So you hired a guy February 19th of last year. 11 days after you won the Super Bowl, you hired him, right? 6 games into the season, you demoted Jeff Stoutland, one of the greatest offensive line coaches of all time. You fired Kevin Patullo 19 days ago. Now you hired a guy who's only been in the league 24 months as a coach. Man, wrap your head around that. Sills, this is a boom bust move and a Sirianni hire. Manny will go through growing pains. Hey, let me ask you this. You think Vic Fangio, when he came here, he went through growing pains? Or was it just figuring out his personnel? I don't think Vic had any growing pains on how to use people, do you? Shit, Zach Bond, he created him like he was Frankenstein. Kobe Dean turned his career around. Jordan Davis turned his career around. Jalix Hunt is developing into a player. Quinyon Mitchell and Cooper are all pros. I don't remember Vic ever struggling and going through growing pains. Why do you have to on offense? What is that mentality? He's going to go through growing pains? This is the fucking NFL. This isn't junior varsity football. Why do the Eagles have to hire a guy going through growing pains? For what? You got a Super Bowl MVP. Hey, Sills, he's going to go through growing pains. Why in Philly? Maybe they wanted to see who was the problem. So you think the Eagles in the front office wants to self-sabotage their team? I find that hard to believe. Seals, who replacement comes first if you had to rank them? Lane, Goddard, or AJ? I think it's going to be AJ. So wait, also, the new coordinator, what if he loses AJ? And he's a first-time play caller, and you don't have AJ Brown in the building? Hey, good luck, man. What if Lane doesn't come back? Goddard's not coming back. Got Grant Calcaterra. Seals, Nick walked in the NovaCare complex this morning with a wheelbarrow to carry his balls on his OC hire. Let's see what Dom Reyes says. I think a lot was done to have our defense be modeled after Fangio-like scheme. He didn't have to do much because he invented the bucket scheme. He invented it? So wait a minute. He invented the scheme. And get this, folks. What does Vic Fangio tell you all the time? Schemes don't do anything for you. Jimmy's and Joe's do. And that's why the team was wobbling in the beginning, because you couldn't cover anybody. You had no pressure. You added Jalen Phillips and it tied it all in together. They added Jalen Phillips. Was that shit personnel they had? All them stupid moves at corner you made in the offseason. All that stupid shit you told me, Emrys, about Keely Ringo. All that stupid shit you told me about how Nolan Smith was going to be a superstar this year. All that stupid shit you told me about how the cornerback position and the safety position would be all good. Turned out not to be true. None of it. Dave Wanstead said it on the program. Absolutely. Vic will never fail. Players in the system will fail. No way AJ's happy with this hire. No way he's happy. Hey, get this. So you're AJ Brown, new coordinator coming in. You're talking to Mike McDaniel. Guy spreads it around. Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill. Guys are doing all that. You got Brian Daboll, worked with Josh Allen, going to move Hurts around, get me open. Then you land on Sean Minion, who's never called to play, and has got less experience than Kevin Patullo. If you're A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith and Dallas Goedert, how you feeling? So wait a minute, Mikey. Hey, and if some of you think I'm shitting on it, I'm just pointing out who it is and what it is. And if you think that's talking shit, you're hearing it that way. I don't know if the kid's going to be good. He might be. I said that. He might be the next Andy Reid. You're surely going to go into the year with a ton of questions instead of certainty. You got Josh Grizzard's the fallback. Well, why don't you just hire him as your offensive coordinator? I think that's kind of what it is. I do, Mikey. I think they hired two coordinators. They got the kid they like and the kid they know that can call plays, and worked with Mike McDaniel. Josh Grizzard worked down in Miami with him and was the OC in Tampa Bay. The problem that you're going to get with Grizzard, my big focal point with him last year was in games he got away from the run game a lot. They just got away from it. Now, I think that had a lot to do with the personnel that they had or didn't have on the field. Irvin was gone for a lot of the year. So they had the makeshift offensive run game. It wasn't great. It was like 24th or like 23rd or something in rushing. So they weren't really great. Passing wasn't awful. Red zone, I think they were pretty good in the red zone. I can't remember. Doesn't matter how good the new OC is. The quarterback doesn't want to run, can't throw the ball. Well, you got problems. So the reason I said growing pains was because he's never called plays in the NFL, not the talent. Once again, dude. Yeah. They were great until everyone. Yeah, they were. Bucks were at the top of like many, many categories. Many categories. Okay? Many categories. Thank you. So there's a lot of things pissed me off this year, but finding out about the demotion of the best offensive coach you have on offense, that was headed by two wide receiver drinking buddies, takes the cake. Disgraceful. Dude, I don't get the demoting of Jeff Stoutland. 6 games into your season, coming off one of the greatest years of all time. I don't get that. I mean, who made that call? Nick? Boy, this got, you know what this has all over it? This has Nick. You suck, you're fired. Nick, you win, this will solidify you here for the next 7 years. I think this is a crossroads in Nick Sirianni's career. as a coach in Philly. You're either George Seifert or you're somebody like John Harbaugh or somebody like that, Mike Tomlin. We're going to find out. He's either going to be George Seifert